it's Cam. I decided that for my first Halloween video this year, I'm going to be telling you guys my paranormal experiences because I've definitely had my fair share. I hope you guys enjoy them, and if you do, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe down below for videos every single week. Okay, so let's get started with the story. So I have like a lot of little ones that I wrote down after they would happen, and then I have some from my childhood that actually I used, like creepy stuff that I used to do. So about 2 years ago we moved into this apartment, and it just was a nice apartment. You just wouldn't really expect anything. And so once we moved in, I kind of already had like, I chose that apartment to live in. Like I picked, it wasn't the exact one, but I chose where we were going to live. So I was like really excited, and then we moved in, and I kind of like wasn't as excited. Like I kind of got a weird vibe when I moved in there. And so then when we started staying there, that's when things got really kind of weird. So what happened in this apartment, many things happened. It was really strange. So one night I was trying to go to sleep, and I have my filming lights. I didn't put them up. I had them up because I was too tired to close them down and put them to the side. So I had one just sitting up, and I had insomnia like pretty bad when I lived in this apartment, and I still struggle with sleeping, but it's been better, and I use like melatonin to help me sleep, but at this time I wasn't using that, and this is kind of where it all started. I was trying to get myself to go to sleep, so I started closing my eyes, and then when I was closing my eyes, I saw the cord to the light. It moved, and I heard like a noise, so I opened them up. Like I opened them up really quick, and I looked, and it was like kind of shaking, and I was very confused because none of the animals were in my room at the time. I think I only had one cat at this time, 1 or 2 cats at this time, and that was it. And I had literally just saw them walk out of the room, so I knew it wasn't them. So I was very, very confused. So that was just kind of like where it started, and where I was kind of creeped out, and it was really hard for me to go back to sleep. So I had wrote down that I heard bathroom noises. I don't really remember that much because this was 2 years ago, but like I said, I wrote them all down from after they happened. So I guess I was hearing some weird noises in the bathroom, and I don't know, I kind of was always creeped out by the bathroom. And my room in total had like a really weird vibe. I remember this other time I came home, and I opened the door to my room, and my chair was like flipped on the ground. Like it was like, it has like a back to it, and it was like someone leaned over and it fell. And then I guess I had my lights on in the bathroom and the door open, or I don't remember turning them off or closing the door. So when I walked in there, I was really freaked out by my chair. Then I was like, wait, I don't remember closing my bathroom door or turning the lights off. So that kind of just threw me off, and it was very weird. Like I was like, the most intense things that happened there was I used to be homeschooled for a little bit, and I did it at the apartment that we were staying at. I would work in my room on the computer, and so I was just on my computer, I was sitting on my couch, and my desk was to the side, like over to the wall to the side of me, so I could see it from the corner of my eye. So I was like watching a video doing my work or whatever, and then all of a sudden I had a stack of post-it notes about this thick, and it was like, it wasn't one that you could, it wasn't, a fan couldn't blow it over, you couldn't accidentally get knocked over because it wasn't right at the end or anything like that. It was just sitting on my desk, and then out of nowhere they go flying off my desk, and I see it from the corner of my eye. I see them go flying off my desk, and so I looked over, and I looked over, they were falling to the ground, and so I was like, and so I started having like, I was like scared. I started breathing really fast, and I was like, what is going on? So I immediately called my mom after and told her what happened, and I was very, very freaked out because, and then also this same day, okay, 2 days before this day, I had a dream. It took place in my apartment. So the dream took place in my apartment. Me, my mom, and my brother had just gotten home to the apartment or something like that, and then every day, each day would pass, a different section of the house's lights would go off. So like, for example, like one day my mom's bathroom, the power shut off, and then the next day it was her room, and the next day it was the kitchen. Like it happened like that in the dream, where every section of the house just slowly lost power. And then once we lost, and when it hit my room, it was like completely gone. And so my mom, and you know, this is all in the dream, she was like, she took a Bible and she was like, I'm gonna go in your room and say a prayer or something. And so we were walking into my room and like I'm like crying, and then we go into my room, and basically the house was possessed by like demons, and they were like shutting the power off. And as she was saying this prayer, like these little like dots were like appearing and disappearing, like they were going away, they were leaving the house. And it was like the room was like wavy. It was like so weird. It was like, it was really, really weird. But it was a dream about demons and the power getting shut off. So then, that same day, the same day my sticky notes got knocked off my desk, the power goes off. I was in the bathroom and the lights just shut off, and it made that noise where it's like, you know, like when the power shuts off. And so I was like, so I run out of the bathroom and I freaked out, and I was like crying. I called my mom and I was crying on the phone, and I was explaining to her what had just happened, and she was like, okay, if one more thing happens, I'm gonna come home. And then another small thing happened. It like, my like computer screen froze that like, my computer screen froze at whenever it said 11:11. It was just really weird, but it wasn't anything major. But those two things just happened. So I was sitting in the living room now because I was freaked out. And I remember also one night I was like laying in my bed and I was like on Snapchat, and I had went to where the camera was and I was going past it, and as I was doing that I saw like a figure of like a person, like the top half of a person, because the camera was facing the other way, and I just remember seeing it like a black figure, and I was like, and then so I went back to see it and it was gone. But I don't know, I don't really know if I did see something, but I remember that it looked like it, and then I went back to see it again and it wasn't there. It was just really strange. But yeah, I had some really weird stuff happen in that apartment. Asking my mom if she knew any like creepy stories like that I could tell that's happened to us that I don't remember. And she was saying that when I was younger, I used to want all the doors to be closed whenever I was like sleeping and everything. Like all the doors had to be closed, which I'm still like that. Like if I am in a room with a closet, a door, or anything, you know, anything with doors, all the doors have to be shut. Or even when I'm not, whenever it's not in my room, like just in the house, like I like all the doors to be shut. I don't like them to just be open. Okay, so I don't know where the rest of the footage went while I was editing. It just wasn't there. So basically what happened is I used to have dreams of like these lions, and then I would also like point across the room when like before bedtime and like say that there was something there, and I would just like point and just like be scared, I guess. Yeah, it was really weird because, you know, that was me, so I was like, what? I did that. So, but yeah, I would just point to stuff and be like, they're saying there's something there, and I would see stuff, and yeah. Oh, and another thing, my mom said she used to see shadow people in the blue house, and I also saw one during that time, but not in the house. Also in the blue house, this really weird thing happened to where it was just me and my mom at the house, and this was before my brother was born, so it was just us two, and my dad was gone. And so we were at the house and we heard like a really weird noise, and I was like really little, but this kind of like scarred me, so I remember it pretty well. So me and my mom were getting ready to go to bed, and we were like turning off all the lights in the house and stuff, and then like going into her room to sleep. And then we heard like a weird scratching noise like in the garage, and we didn't know where it came from at first, and then it sounded like the garage, like the big garage door that lifts up when your car goes in, you know? So we were like, and I was like, what is that? And she's like, I don't know. And so it happened like a few scratches, and so we were just like, okay, whatever. And we were just gonna go to bed, so we started walking, and then it kept happening. And it kept continuing, even like as we were trying to sleep and stuff. And so my mom was like freaked out, and she like didn't know what to do. So we turned on the lights, and then we went to the garage to look, and we were like terrified, so we were like, okay, ready. And then we opened the door, and behold, there's nothing there. There was nothing in the garage. And so we were like, okay, because we thought maybe it was like an animal or something. No, there was nothing there. So we closed the garage door, and it continues happening. And so my mom's like, okay, we cannot sleep here. So we went to, and it was like pretty late at night too, so we went to one of my grandparents' house and stayed the night there until the next morning. But it was pretty scary. Like, a bunch of weird stuff I guess happened in that house, because what I told you earlier happened in that house, and I remembered that. And since I was so young, I don't really remember the other stuff, but my mom told me that's what I did, so I was kind of creeped out that I did that. So I remember when we lived in Fort Worth, we also were living in an apartment, and there was like a shadow of a knife in my closet, and I don't really know, I still don't know to this day what it was, because I was in 2nd grade, and I also would wake up with like, I was like super into ghosts and everything at this time. Like, I would rent books from the library and read about them, and I would just want to know more, and I would like be so interested in like the paranormal. There was a shadow of like a knife, it looked like a knife on my closet door, and I don't know what it was. And I thought, like, because you know I had like Barbies in my closet, so I was like, okay, well let me try pushing them all back into the drawers. Well, there was something hanging on my closet, so I took that off first. Then the night that I went to sleep, it was still there. So then I was like, okay, well maybe it's something inside of my closet, even though it was outside, but I was like, maybe something inside, because I slept with the lamp on, so there was like something that was making it make that shape. And so I like pushed all of them back like in the cubbies or whatever, still was there. So like I just dealt with it, so I was like, okay, whatever, I guess it's just something. And I still don't know what it was. It probably wasn't a knife. Like, if it was anything paranormal, it probably was something else, but I just never figured out what it was, so it was just kind of weird. And then I also would wake up with like scratches, so that was just really weird. And I would also have a hard time sleeping. Like, it would take me a while to fall asleep, and I got to the point where I would fall asleep like listening to music, so I just like wouldn't think about it, I guess. But I don't know, it was just really weird. I just go back to recently, nothing much has really happened. Don't want to jinx that, but like I do hear weird noises in my house, and like I have heard a growling noise before. Yeah, really weird, I know, but I've heard that growling noises, I've heard scratching noises, I've heard like, sometimes I've heard voices before, but not very, like, it wasn't like intense or anything, and it only happened like once. But I don't know, I just heard weird noises. And there's been some stuff where like I'll lose something and I'll be like, where did it go? Like it'll just disappear. Or like, I don't know, I've used a Ouija board in this house, which was probably not a good idea. Like, you guys, I posted the video using the Ouija board, and that was in this house. But I don't really think it's that. I think it's more so something would be connected to the humans, so the people living in this house, which would be like most likely me. But it's nothing like creepy or like that intense, but it's just, I mean, it is creepy, but it's nothing like too intense. Like, no one's ever gotten hurt or anything. So, but we've used sage in this house before, pretty recently. Like over the summer we burned sage in this house just in case. So I mean, I don't know, but yeah, I can't really think of anything too scary that's happened here if I can remember. But if you guys have ever had any experiences, then definitely like let me know. Or if you like these types of videos, let me know. Give this video a thumbs up, and that will really let me know. And also share this video with your friends, share my channel. I want to get to 1K by the end of this year, so by the end of December, let's get 1,000 camfam members. That'd be amazing, best Christmas gift. And also you can follow me on all my social medias in the description below, and all of them are LyfeAsCam. You should definitely follow me. And I hope you guys liked my paranormal experiences. All of them are not, they're true. I did not make any of them up, and I tried my best to explain them to you guys. And so I hope you guys found them creepy, because I find them creepy. Oh wait, okay. So if we go back to the recent times, okay, literally last night I came upstairs to a YouTube video playing on my phone when I didn't even have YouTube open. So that was really, really weird. I just heard talking and everyone else was asleep, and I walk up here and then a YouTube video that I was watching earlier played, and it was just playing, and I just came up to my room and I was like, okay. And yeah, I love Halloween. I can't wait. Yeah, fall time. So great. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all so much, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.